What's up, boys? Today I'm going to be showing you how I make my steaks in the kitchen very quickly and effectively. This is not a tutorial because I'm not a pro chef, but I just wanted to show the young generation that cooking is easy and can be fun. Today I'm going to be making New York, I think, a New York strip steak. I'm going to use a cast iron pan because I'm not a little show boy using fucking non-stick pans because that's gonna ruin your test. Also, I'm gonna be using ghee, not some fucking seed oil. If you have seed oils, bro, like what are you doing, bro? I use ghee because it's natural and has like really healthy fats. I don't know the science behind it, but I've heard that it's like way healthier than vegetable oil and the other oils that Americans use. So yeah, let me get the steaks from this freezer real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah, today I'm gonna be making beef tenderloin and a New York strip steak. So turn on your pan to, or your stove to medium high. This is frozen, by the way. I'm gonna be making this frozen because I'm lazy. Like, listen, I'm lazy. I don't want to wait for it to thaw. Just wait for your pan to heat up. You can use different tests to see if your pan is heated up. You can use the water drop test, like when you drop a drop of water in your pan and it's like floating on the surface. It's not even evaporating. That's when you know it's at the right temperature. My pan is starting to smoke, which is a sign that it's like overheating. So if you see smoke, then anytime during the cooking process, if you see smoke that's not water vapor, then you want to move your pan out of the stove so it doesn't so your food doesn't burn. All right, first I'm gonna open up my steaks. So this tutorial, or I don't know, just a cook with me, is gonna seem really ghetto and like cheap and like a college meal, but I'm just really lazy. If I was really trying to make the best steak ever, then I would let these thaw out and probably put more effort in it and, you know, pick out the right seasonings and do the right basting technique, which if you don't know, basting is basically putting butter in your steak at the end of the cooking process and adding like garlic or any herbs and just throwing the butter on the steak to give it more flavor. But I'm not gonna do that today because I'm just lazy, and this is not like how to make the best steak ever. If you wanna make the best steak ever, then look up like a professional chef making it. This is how to make the quickest steak ever. So that's why it's just gonna seem like a really cheap and low effort tutorial, because it is. I'm just trying to save time. Now I'm gonna put the pan back on the stove and throw some ghee in it. I'm not gonna add that much, just a little, I don't know, a couple of teaspoons of ghee in the pan. And a pro technique is put the bottom of your spoon on the hot surface and just wait like 5 seconds for it to melt. And then you're gonna just like drop it in, so none gets left over on the spoon and you don't waste any ghee. As you can see, it's smoking, so don't panic if it's smoking. Just like put it off to the side. Okay, this is smoking a lot, bro. Yeah, I definitely overheated the pan. But once you add the frozen steak, the pan's gonna cool down and stop smoking. Once you put the steaks in, you can kind of lower the temperature to just medium, so the steak doesn't cook too quickly and stay raw in the middle. So you want to let it sit like defrost on one side and then flip it over to defrost the other side. After like 5 minutes, just flip them over. Oh fuck. Alright, while the steak is cooking, I'm gonna make my carb source to save time. You can do it after the steak is done, but I just feel like if you're making a steak, especially a frozen one, you have a lot of time while it's cooking. You can make like your side dish or your salad or something. I'm just gonna make some rice or actually I'm not gonna make rice. I'm gonna make pasta, a rice pasta. I use this brand. They make, like, in my opinion, the best rice pasta. So if you go to the ingredients, it's just rice, nothing else. Simply just put your rice pasta in and just fill it up with water until all the pasta is covered. And put it on high, and usually takes about 12 minutes. Alright, my steak is getting to the point where the surface is getting thawed out, and the surface of the steak can make contact with the pan, and so that's why you see the brown stuff on the steak. That's called the crust. The crust has most of the flavor of the steak, and now since the surface of the steak is thawed out, it can make contact with the surface of the pan. This steak is taking way too long, so I'm gonna do some push-ups. Now in the middle of the cooking process, I'm gonna season my steak with black pepper and salt. Pro chef tip, when you're salting your steak, when you're seasoning it in general, do it from high up, not from too low, because you want the coat to be even. Alright, I think my steaks are pretty much done. Not the tenderloin, because the tenderloin is like really thick, so it's gonna take a bit longer for it to cook. So I'm just gonna take a knife and cut it straight across to see if it's raw or needs some more cooking. That's about done to me. Let me show you. I think that's perfect for me actually. I don't like it too blue. I'll transfer them over to a plate. Now we're just gonna wait for the tenderloin to cook through. Like I said, it's really thick. It's gonna take a while. When you're making pasta, you don't have to guess when the pasta is done. You can literally just grab a fork, mix it up a little bit, and just try one of the pastas. blow on it a little bit and just try it. This one needs a little bit more, a couple more minutes. Push-ups, round 2. Once they finish cooking, you want to find a lid for that pot and just strain all the water out. Once I do that, I like to add a little bit of olive oil and some salt. I'm just gonna like slice into it because I know that many people don't have a thermometer at home, so I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. And this one's still raw, so I cut up the tenderloin to smaller pieces because I got really impatient because this shit's taking way too fucking long. And right now I think it's done, so I'm just gonna transfer it to the same plate as my New York strip steak. When you're done, push your pan off to the side so the remaining oil or ghee doesn't burn. And that's it. That's your steak done. Quickly and efficiently, and it's not even, doesn't even taste that bad. I took a couple of bites of the New York strip steak and it's honestly not bad. It could be way better, obviously, if you basted it and added like thyme or garlic, but I don't have time for that. So I usually like to add a little bit of ghee on my steak because it makes it taste better. Wait, hold on. This is really autistic. Doing it with one hand is kind of hard, so I'm just gonna put it there. And I got my salt shaker here. Got my cursed pasta here. And I'm gonna take a knife so I can easily eat my steak. All right, so I like to, let's do a little taste test. It's not bad. It's not the best steak I've ever had. I've definitely had better steak and I've definitely cooked better steak. That takes way more time to like make a perfect steak. And if you're in a hurry, if you got like less than 30 minutes to cook, this is probably the most effective way. In total, it took me about 45 minutes, but if you're not making a tenderloin, you're just making like a flatter steak, like a ribeye, a strip steak, a sirloin, it should take you about 20 minutes. And if it's thawed, it's gonna take even less, about 15. Yeah. We got some kimchi right here. I don't know if you can see it. This is a great source of probiotics and fiber. I don't want to make a salad right now. I don't feel like it, so I'm just gonna eat this. And you see the fat, little piece of fat right here? That's what gives you, that's what raises your testosterone. So don't throw it out, don't spit it out. It's actually really tasty too. It's probably the best part on the steak. And it has a lot of calories and shit, so it's good for muscle growth. Before I eat my meal, set 3 of push-ups. Alright, that's it from me. I'm gonna eat this whole meal, which is more than 1.5 pounds of beef. And yeah, your fat doctor is gonna say that this is unhealthy, but I've been eating this for like 4 years, and I mean, I think the results speak for themselves. Peace.